Hello and welcome to our channel, where we explore the most mysterious and the least discussed stories across the globe. Are you prepared to hear a story about an explorer who lost his way and ended up finding an historical anomaly and a vast treasure of unexplainable origin? In the early 20th century, a remarkable claim surfaced that would send shockwaves through the academic world, a mystery that is so out of place that archaeologists and historians have tried their best to conceal it. Let's begin this with a short story. In 1908, President Teddy Roosevelt wanted to declare the Grand Canyon off-limits to all timber and mining operations. It would take another 11 years for Congress to designate the Grand Canyon as a national park. Feeling the urgency of this impending change, one explorer took a boat down the Colorado River and through the Grand Canyon. With the canyon's abundant reserves of gold, silver, and copper, this explorer was determined to uncover its hidden treasures before the area was forever sealed off from such exploits. The following year, in 1909, the Phoenix Gazette published an article detailing the alleged discovery of a vast underground citadel within the Grand Canyon. The man behind this discovery? A man named G.E. Kincaid was said to be an explorer working for the Smithsonian Institution. According to Kincaid, the underground chambers were filled with ancient Egyptian artifacts and mysterious hieroglyphics. It contained mummies, weapons, and even statues of deities from both Egyptian and Buddhist cultures. It seemed like an impossible connection, a story straight out of an Indiana Jones movie. Could there be any truth to it? Stick around to the end of the video where we will uncover all the details of artifacts and the truly spectacular discoveries found in these caves that would make for a really good Indiana Jones sequel. The Grand Canyon is one of the most breathtaking natural wonders of the world. It's a steep-sided canyon carved by the Colorado River in Arizona, United States. The canyon is 277 miles long and up to 18 miles wide and over a mile deep. It's visited by millions of people every year, but there is a lesser-known story about the canyon that has been a subject of debate and controversy for many years. Several beliefs contend that mummies, relics, and hieroglyphics from the ancient Egyptian civilization are hidden in the Grand Canyon. According to these hypotheses, Egyptian explorers traveled to the Americas tens of thousands of years ago and left signs of their stay in the shape of these caverns. Some experts even claim that the Egyptians may have established a colony in the Americas and built temples and other structures in the region. They believe that the ancient Egyptians were able to cross the Atlantic Ocean using advanced technology and knowledge of the stars. The evidence supporting these theories is based on the discovery of hieroglyphics and other artifacts in the Grand Canyon that resemble those found in ancient Egypt. Egyptian hieroglyphics are the writing system employed by the ancient Egyptians to record their language. The Greek words Kyrios, which means holy, and glypheme, which means to carve, are the roots of the English term hieroglyph. For more than 3,000 years, hieroglyphics were used, and they offer a unique window into the ancient Egyptian culture and beliefs. Hieroglyphs continue to attract people all over the world and are still a significant element of ancient Egyptian culture today. The most famous of these artifacts is in the Kincaid cave, which was discovered by G.E. Kincaid in 1909. According to Kincaid's story, the chambers were allegedly filled with ancient artifacts, including copper tools, pottery, and even a mummified body. The most incredible part of Kincaid's story was his claim that he had found an enormous underground city, complete with streets, houses, and even a temple for 50,000 people. He wrapped up a few metal and ceramic objects for later study. His story also mentioned granaries which were filled with grains to this date, chambers for metalwork, a technology that should not have existed then. Here were found tools of all descriptions, made of copper. These people undoubtedly knew the lost art of hardening this metal, which has been sought by chemicals for centuries without results. On the bench running around the workroom was charcoal and other materials probably used in the process. There is also slag and stuff similar to mate, showing that these ancient smelted ores, but so far no trace of where or how these were done has been discovered, nor the origin of the ore. G.E. Kincaid. He goes on to explore the place for several hours, figuring out when and what the place was used for and who built it. Then he stumbles upon a crypt filled with rows of mummies stacked one on top of the other vertically. The walls slant back at an angle of about 35 degrees. On these are tiers of mummies, each one occupying a separate, hewn shelf. At the head of each is a small bench on which found copper cups and pieces of broken swords. Some of the mummies are covered with clay, and all are wrapped in a bark fabric. The urns or cups on the lower tiers are crude, while as the higher shelves are reached, the urns are finer in design, showing a latter stage of civilization. It's worthy of note that all the mummies examined so far prove to be male, with no children or females being buried there. This leads to the belief that this exterior section was the warriors' barracks. Kincaid sends his findings, notes, and artifacts he collected to Smithsonian and requested a crew for excavation, as it was impossible for him to do it alone. The Smithsonian agrees and sends a crew along with Professor S.A. Jordan from the Institute to uncover this excavation of a century. The cave entrance was nearly inaccessible, hidden beneath a veil of dense vegetation and treacherous terrain. But once inside, Kincaid found himself in a subterranean world that seemed to defy all logic. Over 100 feet from the entrance is the cross hall, several hundred feet long, in which are found the idol or image of the people's god sitting cross-legged, with a lotus flower or lily in each hand. The cast of the face is oriental, and the carving on this cavern, the idol almost resembles Buddha, though the scientists are not certain as to what religious worship it represents. Taking into consideration everything found thus far, it's possible that this worship most resembles the ancient people of Tibet. G.E. Kincaid. We have just scratched the surface with all that was mentioned in Kincaid's notes. Kincaid's findings, however, is not mentioned in any official documents, and many experts think that the story was made up or exaggerated. According to some skeptics, Kincaid might have drawn inspiration from the recent discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in Egypt and came up with a tale as a means to capitalize on the public's interest in archaeology and ancient history. The Smithsonian denies any participation in all these and also does not agree with the fact that it had sent a team to uncover this place. Despite this controversy, the Kincaid cave seems a popular topic of discussion among conspiracy theorists and amateur archaeologists. Some people have even claimed to have found a cave themselves and to have uncovered evidence of its existence. However, the vast majority of experts believe that the Kincaid cave is nothing more than a legend, and that there is no real evidence to support the idea of an ancient underground city in the Grand Canyon, and many archaeologists and historians have dismissed it as a hoax or a tall tale. Despite this skepticism, some researchers have continued to search for evidence of the Egyptian presence in the Grand Canyon. In recent years, several archaeological expeditions have been organized to explore the canyon's caves and search for artifacts. The Phoenix Gazette published articles about the expedition, including interviews with Kincaid and descriptions of the artifacts. However, the articles were criticized for lacking detail and relying on hearsay. Many experts in archaeology and Egyptology expressed skepticism about the authenticity of the artifacts and hieroglyphs, pointing out that there was no evidence of any contact between the ancient Egyptians and Native Americans. Despite the controversy, the story of the Egyptian caves in the Grand Canyon continues to captivate the public's imagination. Some people believe that there is still evidence in the caves and the artifacts waiting to be discovered, while others dismiss the entire story as a hoax or a case of mistaken identity. Despite the controversy surrounding the Egyptian caves in the Grand Canyon, the mystery continues to fascinate people around the world. Many people believe that there is more to be discovered in the canyon and that the evidence of the ancient Egyptian presence will one day be uncovered. What do you think of these Grand Canyon caves? Is it really a tall tale, or is there more to it? There were several other interesting mentions that I had skipped to avoid dragging the video further. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below and let me know if you'd like to hear more about this story in another part. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such mysterious stories and unearthly phenomena. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.